Good evening, this is the WeatherMonkey. It is 9:25. I am just east of Farmington, Minnesota, and it appears the cap that concerned everybody through the day has finally broke down, and some updrafts are starting to break through, and some storms are starting to form. Some of them are off in the distance, some of them are a little closer. Some of them are off. So we will see. So far, I haven't seen any lightning yet. But they are coming this way. I believe I'm on Minnesota Highway 50, east of Farmington, Minnesota. I didn't want that to happen. Shut my window here a little more so the bugs don't get in. They are having a hard time. Yeah, they were developing and now they've just evaporated again. There are a few storms just north of the Twin Cities. St. Croix Falls over in Wisconsin that have started. But I don't think these here are gonna make it. I did see some lightning straight to the north. So that means there's convection. But I think that's the storm that's over St. Croix Falls. Or St. Croix. Let's double check here. Yeah, it just started producing lightning. And it is that storm. So that is north of the cities, if you can see the lightning. And that storm is quite a ways away. I might shake the camera here just a second. I gotta plug the power into it. I don't know if you can see the strobe lights on the cell tower to my right. Well, that's where most of the lightning is, although I did just see a flash straight ahead. See if I can move my camera over a little bit more so you can see those strobe lights. There you go. You can watch beyond there, you can see the lightning. And I'm guessing, as far as distance from here, This will just be a guess, so don't hold me to it. Okay, it's probably 20 miles to downtown St. Paul from here. And it's probably another 30 to where the storm is, so 50 miles from here. But a lot of times when these storms, they develop, they're moving one direction, and when they get up higher, they change directions. Instead of going like to the northeast, they'll kind of turn and go east and then start coming southeast. It really just depends. But I know a lot of chasers were up in Minnesota today, waiting for these storms to develop. And now I see that certain areas are getting weather statements north and west of here. So, I mean, I can sit here for an hour and watch this. It doesn't make any difference to me. So, okay, but St. Cloud just got a severe thunderstorm watch. And a town I was in earlier today, I believe, also did. So there is a slight risk of severe thunderstorms basically from International Falls all the way down to Minneapolis and over to south of Chicago, or right through Chicago. There is a severe thunderstorm watch for Dakota County, which is what I'm in right now. Expires in 6 hours and 22 minutes. So it must be like 4 in the morning, I'm guessing. So I can read it here. Severe thunderstorm watch for portions of central and eastern Minnesota, northwest Wisconsin, Lake Superior. Effective this Monday night and Tuesday morning from 9:35 p.m., which is now, until 4 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Primary threats include scattered, damaging winds likely with isolated significant gusts to 75 miles per hour possible. Scattered large hail and isolated very large hail events to 2.5 inches in diameter possible. A tornado or two is not out of the question. So even though the sun is setting and we're going into the later part of the evening, they are saying that these storms will become severe, and keep your weather radio next to you, because it does say that there's a chance of them producing a tornado. So if you live in an apartment building or a mobile home, have a plan of action. And if you're at home, you have a structured home, I'm sure you have a plan already on where to go. So I'm going to sit here and watch these develop, and then I'm going to move south with them. Because once they break through the cap, which they are starting to do, they'll start moving. And all it takes is one or two to really get revved up. Well, I see that tower turned to red lights. It was flashing white. Now they're red. And I'm in a pretty good spot right here. 25 miles, I head straight east. And if I wanted to drop south, in about 8 miles, I could drop south. I could take US Highway 52, or I could take Minnesota Highway 50 to 61 and go through Red Wing and Lake City. But if I need to move faster than that, I can just take 52 south. It's too bad while we're sitting here, we can't just listen to some music. Of course, I don't have any watchers yet, so I don't think it'd make much difference. Okay, it looks like that storm that I said was over St. Croix is growing in intensity, and another storm has fired up north of Spooner, and it's gone severe. So I don't know where anybody else is right now as far as chasers. I know that one chaser was up near Brainerd. I don't know if any of them are south of the cities or just north of the cities, or what actually. That white light you see in the center of the picture, that's the plane that took off from Minneapolis Airport. You know, I saw an image like that in the sky, except it was bigger around, it was closer. It was orange, and it was glowing. It looked like a balloon. This is a week ago or so. And it floated in the sky because I thought it was a balloon. But then it started moving like horizontal with the, you know, the horizon. And then it went up, then it came back down. And I thought that was really strange. Almost like somebody had a kite. But it wasn't a kite. It was like over the Mississippi River. It was like an orange ball, and it was like bright, like it was burning. I never did figure out what it was. I took a picture of it, and it never showed up on the picture, so I kind of dropped it. So this is the WeatherMonkey. I am streaming live. If you didn't hear before, I am east of Farmington, Minnesota on Highway 50. So I'm between Interstate 35 and US Highway 52. And as you can see, that storm's getting its act together. You know, when you see a lot of lightning coming out of a storm, you know it's growing. If you're watching a storm and all of a sudden the lightning subsides and it becomes less and less, usually means the storm is either cycling or it's basically dying. I'll bring the camera back this way a little bit. As you can see on the right side of the picture now, you can see the lightning coming out of the far western complex, far west side of the storm. And then there's a gap with the sun setting behind it. And there's another thunderhead trying to bust through the cap. But there may not be a strong enough updraft right there because that other storm is probably taking its energy. And that's why you got to worry about those storms when they discrete like that. They start stealing energy from other inflows around them. That's when they become severe and they start spinning then and could have a problem. So I'd start the vehicle up here. Turn the air on for a minute. Hook my Wi-Fi back up. And technically, my phone should have never lost Wi-Fi, so I should be okay. But if not, I'll have to reconnect it. And that storm straight out in front of us is doing one of two things. It's either coming right at us or it's growing taller faster than the other areas around us. Because it looks like it's getting closer. So it's either coming right at us or it's just going straight up. Do shut my vehicle off and I can get about 25 minutes before it times out. Then I have to restart it and let it run for a couple minutes and then I can shut it off again. I don't want to be out here with a dead battery, although I do have a capacitor that I can use to jump start the vehicle, and it takes capacitors. It doesn't have a battery pack. So you don't have to worry about throwing it in the car and never charging it. And then when you need it, it's not charged because it doesn't take a charge. It sucks what little life is left out of the battery, puts it in the capacitors, and it will jump start your car. Nifty little gadget, to say the least. just took some baseball stitches. Playing in it, and then the lightning behind it. I wonder if I lost my hotspot connection. It's kind of what it's acting like. Let me go back here. Yeah, I did. Huh. Never had that happen before. Usually it hangs on to it. Let me check here. I mean, I don't care if I lose it in my system. I just want to make sure I'm outputting it. So I guess it's back working again. I'll bring it back this way a little bit again. See, now if you remember before, you could see the tops of the storms in the picture. Now you can't. Yeah, I'd say that lightning is getting itself going. You know what? That's the second time I noticed that. I don't know if you saw it or not. But it almost looked like there was a funnel in that. There it is. Do you see it? Almost looks like there's a funnel in that cloud. I mean, it's high. It's not nowhere near the ground, but it does look like a funnel cloud when the lightning behind it illuminates it. Right there. I'm going to check. Well, I can't. I'm using my camera on my phone instead of my pocket camera because it doesn't work well in the dark. Somebody's watching and you know how to use Omega radar. Go to the wind velocity and use the Minneapolis radar and see if the wind is showing blue and green next to green and red next to each other with a lighter, brighter green next to the red. Because, like I said, that's about the fourth time I've seen that funnel cloud formation in the background. Right there it is again. Doesn't look as big or as strong as it was 5 minutes ago, but it's still there. And it's elevated, so, and it's a cluster. I'll take a look just for the heck of it. Okay. Okay, there's my storm. There's definitely some inflow. So it could be a small spin up. Like I said, I don't have Omega radar on this iPad, so I can't look at the winds. Right now I'm looking straight north from the south side of St. Paul. I'm about 20 miles from downtown St. Paul at the most. But what I'll do is I'll go back tomorrow morning and I will freeze frame that spot where that lightning illuminates that cloud. And I'll have a better idea of what I was looking at. But it seems to be gone now. I think I lost my internet again. No, it's still on. And I don't see anything out to the west. Well, I better start the vehicle up again. It's about that time. Plus, I'm getting kind of hot. Yeah, so those storms are starting, from what I can tell, about Albertville. And they're just blowing up to the north of the Twin Cities. And they extend all the way over to Rice Lake. And it's raining pretty good in St. Francis, or it did, and up in North Branch over to St. Croix Falls. It's raining pretty good there. If you are watching on YouTube, I would appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. If you're watching, well, you can't watch on Facebook, but you can follow on Facebook, even though I'm not putting a video on Facebook. I need 100 followers on Facebook to go live on Facebook. So that's a new rule they started about 2 weeks ago. Wondering why I wasn't getting cooler. I didn't have my AC on. I had the fan blowing, but not the AC. And it is muggy out. It's still 80 degrees at, what time is it? 10:15 to 10:20 at night. So that trailing storm, which has just cleared St. Francis, Highway 65 north and south, doesn't show any lightning in it yet, but I think it has some lightning. It was stronger and then it weakened. What I think I'll do is in 5 minutes I'll have had this stream on for an hour. What I think I'll do is I'll wrap it up and start heading south and east. And if I notice anything on the radar develop more towards Fairmont, Cannon Falls, Red Wing, I'll turn around and try to find an open area. Although it's kind of hard when you're in the valley. That one lightning flash about a minute ago actually turned the whole horizon orange, low to the ground. Once again, this is the WeatherMonkey. I'm watching a complex of a couple thunderstorms moving across the northern side of the Twin Cities in Minnesota. From my location, they're about 50 miles to the north. I am on Highway 60, I believe, or Highway 50. Highway 50, I think. Just east of Farmington and west of Highway 52. The road I'm on goes into Hampton and then cuts across over towards Red Wing. I think it's Highway 50. So basically, we're looking north towards St. Paul. Minneapolis is a little bit to the west to the left of the camera. I can actually see the lights from what we call Emerald City in my family, which is the refinery just outside Rosemount. Because when you drive by there at night, it glows like Emerald City did. Okay, I'll back out of here in about a minute, and I'll start heading east. I'll leave my stream up running for a little bit in case something pops up. I don't think it will, but you never know. There's a couple cars coming, so I'll wait for them to go by. One more car coming. It's about half a mile away, so it'll take a minute to get by here. Then I should be all clear. Okay. Oh, better turn my headlights on. Might need them. Roll my windows up. And it is a strong wind out of the south. On the way up here today, I got 43 miles to the gallon with the tailwind. Right now, I'm down to about 36 miles to the gallon. So it's about the third FedEx truck semi I've seen go by here. Because in the south side of Lakeville, there's a big FedEx distribution center. And there's also a big Amazon distribution center. So I don't think there's going to be much more to see. So I'm probably just going to end the stream here. So everybody have a good night. And like I said, if something comes up, I'll restart the stream. but it's dark and I'd rather concentrate on driving. So thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Weather Monkey.